Movie news. Golden Globes. Did you watch it? Welcome to Mirror Domain's Movie News, your place for entertainment headlines. And indeed, this is a live news show for movie fans who like to talk about the trending movie news headlines of the day. On today's show, we got Black Panther 3 updates. Actually, we got a lot of MCU and comic book movie news headlines to go over. James Cameron talks about, theaters and people going back to it. That's cool. We got some hit or miss headlines. That's a fun little segment that we do here. But we start off today's show by talking about the Golden Globes for 2023. What were the winners and what were the losers? Did you watch the show last night? I did. If you watched me on my social media handles there, guys, I posted some, I guess just my reactions to it. I was going to assemble them all together and stuff like that, but hey, I just wanted to keep it a little bit raw. But let's get into the main list here and start walking through, recapping what happened last night at the Golden Globes. My initial impressions were that it was a good show. I enjoyed it. The guy who was hosting it, though, was a little bit hit or miss. Some of his jokes were kind of like, I just kind of like, just get to the presentations, right? I don't really care about jokes and stuff like that. But overall, and the speeches, the acceptance speeches were pretty good too. So let's go through the list here. I've got it up on a couple of sites so that they do the format a little bit differently here on each one. So best motion picture drama was The Fabelmans. Avatar, Elvis, Tar, and Top Gun Maverick. I think that one was not that much of a surprise for drama. People thought maybe Elvis was going to win. And Elvis was poised to do big. So The Fabelmans, I really enjoyed The Fabelmans, guys. It's going to be one that, it's a bomb. It's a box office bomb. And that sucks. I was sort of rooting for Top Gun Maverick as well. Best performance by an actress in a motion picture drama was Cate Blanchett, Tar. That's the one yesterday when we were doing our recap of the nominations. That was the one that I said was pretty much a lock. It was a guarantee that she was going to win. Because that's the most outstanding thing about Tar, right? Was her. Best performance by an actor in a motion picture drama was Austin Butler over Brendan Fraser. Holy crap, what happened there? Everybody was saying Brendan Fraser is, like, his performance in The Whale is going to be getting all the awards. Well, not for the Golden Globes, and here's why, guys. Brendan Fraser even announced this before the show was going to air, that him and the Hollywood Foreign Press Association have a beef. There's been some misconduct, or like they're not on the same page. So there's some bad blood there. Brendan Fraser wasn't going to go anyway. And then when I was watching Austin Butler's speech when he won, which was cool, I was like, oh yeah, that's why. I forgot to completely mention that yesterday, but I'm mentioning it now. So that's why Brendan Fraser didn't win for The Whale. I don't think that should come as a shock now that you know that information, right? About Brendan Fraser and the Hollywood Foreign Press, who does the Golden Globes, why they didn't award him the best performance. But it was cool to see Austin Butler get up there. Priscilla and Lisa Marie were like bawling when he got up there. So that was cool. And his speech was pretty cool too. Best motion picture, musical, or comedy. Banshees of Inisherin took that up. As I said, the only other one that was going to be close was Everything Everywhere All at Once. Babylon never had a chance. I wouldn't say that it got snubbed, but I mean, as I said, guys, you know how I feel about that movie. Glass Onion would have been cool if that got that, but Banshees of Inisherin, I think that was a cool win for them. I know, hopefully that gives them some nice momentum for the Oscars. Because if Banshees of Inisherin won Best Picture, I wouldn't be upset with that. No, I wouldn't be upset with that at all. Byford the Hobbits in the live chat says, hey, how's it going? We're just recapping the Golden Globes winners and losers from last night, sorry. Best performance by an actress in a motion picture, musical, or comedy. Okay, so Michelle Yeoh won for Everything Everywhere All at Once. I think that's awesome. That's the only other one that I would have called for as a lock too. I think that one was pretty much guaranteed. And I think she's going to win. Michelle Yeoh and Actually, I don't know, because it'll be Michelle Yeoh against Kate Blanchett if they get. I think they're both going to get nominated for Oscars, so that one's going to be tough to call. But she had a good speech. Michelle Yeoh did. Just like the music started playing, she's like, "Don't play that music. I can beat you up," kind of thing. And it was great. She had a great acceptance speech for sure. Natu one bite for the Hobbit said, yeah, it did. If you saw my reactions there on the social media, on the stories, I reacted to in Natu one for music. You saw that on my social media handles. Glass Viking says, I didn't see the coverage, but in the UK mentioned that Brad Pitt was getting a lot of love from the podium. Yeah, well, just because he was sitting up front next to Margot Robbie. He was in one of the tables right up near the front. A. Weaver says, Regina Hall accepting on behalf of Kevin Costner was hilarious, way off script, definite highlight. Yeah. It's kind of like, where are you going with this? I remember watching that acceptance speech. A. Weaver was really interesting too. That's what I said. The highlights was definitely the acceptance speeches for sure. All around, and Guillermo del Toro, top class. We'll talk about him in a few minutes. Angela Bassett there was cool. And Jennifer Coolidge, yeah. I think we called that one too yesterday, right? Best performance by an actress in a musical or comedy was Michelle Yeoh. Yeah. Okay, where were we? Best performance by an actor in musical or comedy went to Colin Farrell. That one's cool. Yeah. That one, yeah, when he got up there and he was talking about the donkey and stuff like that, because there's a donkey in Banshees, right? That was just a fun acceptance speech, and that's kudos to him. I think you saw in my reaction there, I was really happy with that. Best motion picture animated went to Pinocchio. That one was really just like, yes. Now, the only other one that I would say that might have had contention was, I hear a lot of good things about Marcel the Shell with Shoes On, but I didn't get to see that one. And what I like, basically, Del Toro in his speech said what we quoted him on yesterday's show about him saying that he makes kids movies, or he makes movies that kids are able to watch, right? And he says that he was championing animation as an art form too. Yeah, cool. Del Toro, always top class. The donkey got almost as much love as Brad Pitt in Colin Farrell's acceptance speech. Yeah, it did. But that was fun. If you guys, if you get the chance to see Banshees of Inisherin, by all means, you'll know what I'm talking about with the donkey and what he's talking about. It's a little inside if you haven't seen it, but it's just there's a great scene in there with that donkey for sure. Yeah, everyone kept saying hi to Brad Pitt. He was in front. Geez, why didn't they put him in back? So distracting. That's Brad Pitt. And he was sitting next to Margot Robbie, which is just wow. Anyway, best motion picture non-English film. I didn't have any stake in that one except for maybe RR&R. I wish that one kind of went. I don't know Argentina 1985. Whoops, sorry. I don't know Argentina 1985, so that one was kind of like a little bit of. But a lot of people from RR&R were there last night. I saw both the dudes in there, and we'll talk about that in a few minutes too. Best performance by an actress in a role in any motion picture went to Angela Bassett. In a supporting role went to Angela Bassett for Black Panther Wakanda Forever. That one was cool. The only other one I think maybe had a chance was Jamie Lee Curtis, but Angela Bassett, Angela 1985 English dubbed, is free on Netflix. Is it? Let me pull that up. I'm just going to open up my Netflix page and see if I can because if it is, I'm going to check it out. Of course, I haven't checked out All Quiet on the Western Front either, because we're just in the middle of catching up with stuff. Let me just see here. Hold on. Argentina. Am I spelling that right? Argentina, 1985. Not seeing it here, man.
Why?
No, I'm not seeing it. It must be on the American version of Netflix. I am spelling Argentina right, yeah. So, well, if it's there someday, maybe I'll get around to it. Let's go back to the Golden Globes. And the winners and losers. Where were we? Yeah, Angela Bassett had a good acceptance speech too. I really enjoyed that. She was almost shocked by that, I think, right? When she won. She didn't look like she was prepared for it. Like, I mean, everybody had their speeches prepared, but I mean, just like, she looked very grateful for that, right? Um, yeah. Best performance by an actor in a supporting role in any motion picture went to Ki Kwan. Um, yeah, that was cool. That one was the one that started off the show, right? Kiwi Kwan for Everything Everywhere All at Once. And it was such a great acceptance speech because he talked about Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom, working with Steven Spielberg, who was in the audience. Great acceptance speech by him. And I think he's going to roll on. I think he's going to go on to make, to get an Oscar for that too, because you rooted for him in that movie too, right? And what was it? Just be kind. Be kind. Like, it's just his manner. It's just, seems like a really cool dude. Yeah. All right. Best director went to Spielberg over Martin McDonagh. That's the only other one I think maybe had a chance. Or actually, the two guys from Everything Are All at Once may too. But Spielberg, class act, always got up on stage and talked about his love for film and stuff like that. I really enjoyed Fabelmans. I know that a lot of people didn't, that there was a little too inside baseball perhaps for some people, but I just walked out of the Fabelmans feeling inspired. No matter what your art form is, if you like to draw, paint, write poetry, write movies or stories and stuff like that, you come out of that and you're just inspired. That's what Spielberg does, right? And I do believe that The Fabelmans is his better movie of the last couple decades. For sure. That's in my opinion. And it was cool to see him up there on stage too. Best screenplay motion picture went to Martin McDonagh for Banshees of Inisherin. I think maybe they did that because he wasn't going to win for director, right? Tar, Everything Everywhere All at Once was the only one that I was thinking that's where it was going to go. Everything All, but I got no problem with Martin McDonagh winning that. That was cool. Original score motion picture went to, yeah, that one was, like I said yesterday, Babylon. I was like, what? I said Babylon had no business winning any awards whatsoever, and well, I guess I was wrong. But it's not going to win an Oscar. Oh, again, it was kind of like, okay, fine, Babylon got something. I would have given it to, on that list, Carter Burwell, maybe. Yeah, Banshees would have taken it. John Williams also did have a good score for Fabelmans. Like, he always delivers, right? John Williams, Alexandra Desplat. Oh, Pinocchio also had a great score. The thing with Babylon, it had a bit of a range. I don't know, maybe that's why they got it. Best original song, Taylor Swift was not at the Globes last night. I was looking for her, unless I missed her during a commercial break or something. When they show the crowd during commercial breaks. I don't know, did I miss her? Was she at the Golden Globes? Anyway, Natu won for RR&R. And that's up on their social media handles, guys. When they won, I was like, yeah, cool. I really enjoyed that. And he had a good acceptance speech too. You could tell that he was stumbling a little bit with his English. I think maybe it was because he was a little bit nervous too. But I liked that. And I liked when he won for RR&R, it showed the crowd, and it showed the two guys there who did the main dance sequence, right? Show those guys in the audience, I think, right? They were there. And that was cool. R&R screenings ignite audience dance off. Yeah, because that dance scene, I think that's going to become like iconic, right? It's going to be like that waterfall scene for Bahubali, right? Yeah, so like everybody's posting their like dance off scenes. People are dancing in the theaters. So I would have loved to have seen that in the theater. In fact, if it plays again in the theater, because I'm sure it's going to make an Oscar push campaign, right? Style. And if it plays in the theaters around here again, I will be going to see RR&R in the theater, and I'm going to drag out my family to go see it. Because, yeah, that dance scene, it's phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. That was a cool win. Best television series drama, that was one of the last awards. House of the Dragon That was surprising to me because I thought Severance was going to take that one down. But it was cool to see the two actresses who played Rhaenyra up there on the stage, back to back. After the results of the Globes, do you think the Rotten Tomato audience score will go up for the likes of the Fabelmans, etc.? Maybe. I hope so. House of the Dragon won, though. We did full live watch-alongs for House of the Dragon on the channel here, guys. Go check that out. We did all episodes here. I'm going to take a look at the Fabelmans Rotten Tomatoes here. Because you bring that up, Arglass List. I love your Babylon contempt. Well, it's because I was sold a bag of goods and it didn't deliver, right? I wouldn't say that these scores are pretty low. It's just not many people went out to see it. And that's the bummer thing, right? House of the Dragon creator seemed really surprised they won. Yeah, he did. He did for sure. Because I think everybody there was expecting Severance to win. Actually, The Crown seemed to be getting a lot of buzz too, right? A few people from The Crown won. But it was cool to see House of the Dragon win. And I think that was probably one of my favorite series from last year. Like, it was definitely one of the better crafted series. Like, you could tell that they spent hours writing and refining and honing those scripts and dialogue. Workshopping with the actors to get those scenes out. Well earned for House of the Dragon. Indeed. It just would have been cool to see Damon there. Right? Best performance by an actress in a television series drama went to Zendaya. She wasn't there to accept. But yeah, that one was pretty much guaranteed too. She's gonna clean up. And there's that Kevin Costner one for Yellowstone, best performance by an actor in a drama. Television drama. The only dark horse there for me was Diego Luna for Andor. Now, I liked Andor, and I haven't seen Yellowstone, but I hear it's great. And yeah, that acceptance speech, where it was just kind of like rambling on and on. It was kind of like, where's this going kind of thing, by, Regina Hall, who took that. That's going to be a well-played clip on YouTube, her acceptance speech. Yeah, because she went on to talk about how he was having to hunker down because he's in California where there's like a lot of flooding and stuff like that. And so it's kind of like, wow. Yeah, she's up with current times. Best television series, musical, or comedy, Abbott Elementary, a show that I never watched. I was kind of rooting for Wednesday. Best performance by an actress in a television series went to Quinta Brunson for Abbott Elementary. I was rooting for Jenna Ortega. Actually, Jenna Ortega, Selena Gomez, or Kaylee Cuoco would have been cool in my books. So everybody's been watching Abbott Elementary. I think that's on normal cable, right? Best performance by an actor in a television series went to Jeremy Allen White for The Bear. I don't watch The Bear. Yeah, a lot of these television ones I don't watch. The White Lotus won for Best Television Limited Series. Dahmer felt like for a second there that last night that it could have won. Yeah, Dahmer felt for like just a brief second because Ralph Bohner won for Best Actor for Dahmer, right? Best performance by an actress in anthology series, Amanda Seyfried for The Dropout. Best performance by an actor in limited series. Yeah, not Ralph Bohner. Evan Peters. Ralph Bohner is the guy he played in WandaVision. Yeah, Evan Peters. Come on, James, show a little bit of respect here. That lacks class. Yeah. But here's the thing. I was hesitant about Dahmer winning awards, but Evan Peters, he accepted it in grace and style. He said it was a difficult project to make, and difficult subject matter, and he was very gracious about it, right? He didn't want to gloat. Very sincere from Evan Peters, very classy. I enjoyed that speech too, and he was good. He was good in that series for sure. Best performance by an actress in a limited series went to Jennifer Coolidge. Yeah, she seemed humble too, right? Like, she always plays like that nervous, kind of jittery kind of character. And on this, she did fairly well. And you know what? When she got up on stage, did anybody else notice that Colin Farrell got up from his table and helped her up the stairs? That was cool. Classy, very classy from Colin Farrell. Claire Danes. Yeah, no, Jennifer Coolidge winning. I think that one was well earned. Best performance by an actor in a supporting role went to Paul Walter Hauser for Blackbird. Oh yeah, that was that big guy. I didn't know that. I thought they kept on showing F. Murray Abraham in the audience, so I was leaning towards, oh, they're giving it to F. Murray Abraham. I thought maybe Richard Jenkins too, because for Dahmer as his dad, his old man. If you watch that series, you know his father goes to bat for him a lot of times, right? And he goes through a myriad of emotions and stuff like that. I thought Richard Jenkins could have been up there too. Best performance by an actress in a supporting role in musical or comedy went to Julia Garner for Ozark. Ozark is on Netflix, right? I just never got into it. Elizabeth Debicki was there last night too. Best performance by an actor in musical or comedy, Tyler James Williams, Abbott Elementary. Abbott Elementary. So, about a lot of all the trades, all the movie news shows should be talking about this today. So each list is a little bit different. You can see here on Deadline, they just don't give the other categories. They just tell you who the winner is. So that's why I went with the Hollywood Reporter there. But Deadline did put in some extra little statistics here that I found interesting. Wins by film. Banshees of Inisherin won 3. Everything Everywhere All at Once won 2 for the actors. Fabelmans won 2. Argentina won. Pinocchio won. Okay, well, we don't need to look at the ones. Wins by distributor. Searchlight took the most for 3, and that's like the art house of what 20th Century Fox used to be, right? That used to be their art house thing, and now that's under Disney now too, right? So A24 took 2, well, because of the 2 actor awards. Some interesting statistics up on Deadline if this is your bag to look at these things. Wins by program. If you're into the TV shows, Abbott Elementary definitely took the most. Wins by network. HBO Max, I don't think that's a surprise there. It took the most. ABC, that's a normal television channel. Netflix took 2. Netflix took 2. Excellent. Ooh, we got some comments here. Let's take a look at some of the comments. Let's take our live comments first. Mike White was very funny, accepting for White Lotus. A Weaver says, you could tell Peters just wanted to say his speech and go. Very professional, humble, sincere, but maybe uncomfortable with the attention. Didn't say hi to Brad. Well, yeah, that too. Well, I think it's because there has been some public declarations of kind of like, guys, should he be really making stuff and glorifying the character of Dahmer like it did? I think he was trying to be respectful for that, right? Fabelmans was utterly disappointing. Ooh, Anonymous. I don't know. Did you even watch the movie? A poor version of Boyhood? No, it wasn't that. Now, I saw Boyhood. What part of Boyhood was about a guy who wanted to be a filmmaker? Was it like that? But that was generational. It was like him growing up through the time. Oh, I guess Fabelmans was a little bit like that. But I found the Fabelmans was his battle of him liking his art form and his dealings with his family and his struggles with his mother, more or less. Because his mother, she was a free bird, right? Yeah. And there's some really cool moments in the Fabelmans that deal with that when the younger son calls the mother out on it. And Michelle Williams just can't deal with the emotions and goes into a closet. And you just hear her cry. It's just, oh, wow. Yeah. I don't know what you're talking about there, Anonymous. Great movie. Don R. Murphy. A lot of 60-year-olds won. Actually, now I feel like making a video about the Fabelmans and trying to sell that scene and sell the fact that you've come out feeling inspired. Maybe I should make a video like that. What is the Fabelmans, like, small thing to put up on the channel later today? Maybe I'll do that. Yeah, maybe. Let's write that down. I'm gonna write that down in my notes here. Sorry guys, because I do want to make sure that I do this. Make Fablemans short. There you go. Because I do want to promote Fablemans if you haven't seen it. A 60-year-old one, 2022 was a bland year for entertainment. I wouldn't say that it was. I think we had lots of fun. Elvis and House of the Dragon is the only things I watched from that. Only thing I care about is Kiwi Kwan 1. Disney, are you listening? You have a perfect indie spin-off right now in front of you. In fact, he was talking about that, right? Kiwi Kwan did. Because he is going to be joining the MCU, and we'll talk about that in a few minutes too, right? We know that he's going to be joining the MCU, but he was also asked in his speech, would you do a spin-off? He wants to do a spin-off of Short Round, revisit that character years from now, except would you, like, we kind of know that Harrison Ford's done with Indiana Jones after Dial of Destiny, right? Sorry, but the animated movie of the year should have gone to Puss in Boots 2. Hey, I did enjoy and have lots of fun with Puss in Boots The Last Wish, but no, I would put my money on Pinocchio. So more people voted for this movie than watched it. Oh dear. Kiwi Kwan, yeah. But most emotional moment of the night, most emotional moment of the night, yeah. He was very humble, very humble. What happened to a Golden Globe Award for Top Gun Maverick? It was the top movie in 2020. Okay, so this person's got his years mixed up. It wasn't the top movie. It was the top movie domestically at the box office. But it wasn't the top movie of the year, because I think that's going to go, like, box office-wise, it's going to go to Avatar. It's a great movie, no doubt. Yeah. Okay. So, guys, did you go out and see the Golden Globes? I love Abbott Elementary, like The Office in a school. It was it, is it? What channel is that on? Let me pull that up. I want to check this out. Oh, we're going to be going long today, guys. Whoops. I got to wrap this up. What channel is Abbott Elementary on?
Showing pictures that match.
ABC. It's on ABC. Why can't you tell me that? Huh? Why can't you tell me that? All right. Where are we at here? Yeah. Kiwi Kwan, right? Great acceptance speech. And then this was his afterwards when he was talking about maybe doing a spin-off of Short Round, right? Because they got like backstage, they got kind of like this setup where they do like how a sports team comes off the field. How did you feel about that show today? Or how did you feel about the game today? It's kind of like they got that set up in the background where they talk about that stuff. And that's where it kind of came out about like a spin-off for him, right? Okay. Guys, we talked about this for 29 minutes or so. That's my recap. It was a fun show. It was a good way to start off this award season. It felt jovial. It felt like, yeah, the award seasons are back. Unfortunately, we got to go about 40 award shows now. We got to go through the scriptwriter awards, actors awards, directors awards, lighting technician awards, gaffer awards, the guy who cleans up the bathrooms awards, critics awards. It's just like, we got to go through all these awards until we get to the Oscars, right? That's my biggest problem. So it felt like a good way to start us off. I enjoyed the show last night, and it was just cool to see everybody in that big room again, too. Let's move on to some other movie news headlines, because we got to get there. We got to get through the show today, guys. In fact, let me just pause here. We'll take a quick break. I'll tell you what's on the channel here. Mirror Domains, if you enjoyed this kind of stuff. We do full live watch-alongs for Wednesday. Wednesday's up on the channel right now, guys. All 8 episodes. Go check that out. We do trailer reactions for things like Evil Dead Rise, Renfield. We do full movie reactions for like The Pale Blue Eye that's on Netflix right now. A lot of people are talking about it. It's a little bit mixed in its reception, but I really enjoyed it. And later on today, we'll be watching Emily the Criminal. Emily the Criminal. Ugh. Aubrey Plaza, 1 p.m., guys. We'll be checking that out. On the weekends, we do Horror Weekly Roundup. We do all the horror movie news headlines of the week. Megan, yeah, lots of Megan talk there. lots of cool stuff that you're going to find here on Mirror Domains. We do a lot of the behind the scenes stuff you can find on all of our social media handles there and stuff. Hey, if you like movies, you like talking about movies, we got a great community there on the live chat. Very talkative people. By all means, don't be shy. They're very nice people. I've never had to ban anybody except for those spammers. So yeah, we're just cool right now. We're a small channel, so before things blow up and the channel chat goes by really fast, come in and talk about movies, because that's what we like to do here. Let's talk about Black Panther 3, because Letitia Wright gives optimistic yet realistic Black Panther 3 update. Yes, she was at the Golden Globes last night, and she was asked this question. And she says, I think it's already in the works. It's going to take a while, but really excited for you guys to see that. Well, of course she's going to be on board for that. And of course she will be in it because she is the new Black Panther, right? And is that all for the update, James? I'm sorry that I'm blowing through this, guys. I think it's already in the works, she says. You know, we just had a terrific 2 years of bringing it out and everybody coming together to support it. We need a little bit of a break. We need to regroup. And director Ryan Coogler needs to get back into the lab, so it's going to take a while. But we're really excited for you guys to see that. Yeah. Yeah. I liked Black Panther Wakanda Forever. Now, it wasn't the best comic book movie of last year, but I really enjoyed it. But she'll be on board for that, and it sounds like, yeah, of course the MCU is going to greenlight that. Of course. Just a quick little update. Let's continue on with the MCU headlines. Pedro Pascal, who's going to be in The Last of Us, that we're going to watch next Monday, guys, 1 p.m. next Monday, The Last of Us, episode 1, right here on the channel. He's going to be in that series. After years of fan speculation, The Mandalorian's Pedro Pascal reveals whether or not he would be interested in an MCU role. Of course he would. Let's take a look at his quote here. It's very short. I do want that. I do want to be in movies. Well, cool. That's a very typical response, right? Pedro Pascal's huge because of The Mandalorian right now. And I enjoyed him last year in The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent with Nicolas Cage. Really fun performance by him in that. Actually, it was a fairly nuanced performance, too. He's a great actor. And of course, he would be in the MCU. Who could he be playing? Well, that's up for fan speculation, right? Who's left to play? Maybe he could be... could he be up for maybe somebody like from the X-Men? Curious. Yeah, I'll be looking forward to that. More MCU headlines. Harry Styles' Star Fox stories planned for MCU future, says Marvel producer Nate Moore, who confirms the singer will return. Well, yeah, because he was in the post-credit scene for Eternals. And, well, Harry Styles says he wants to kind of take a break from acting, but they're still going to use him. They didn't bring him for a small little snippet scene, which Nate Moore said here. It's kind of verbose what he said here, so I'm not going to recap that too all the way, but he says, no, we certainly didn't cast Harry for a tag. I mean, again, and a character maybe I have too much affection for because he's had some problematic runs in publishing, but there are more stories to be told with that character. He's fascinating. Yeah, because he's the brother of Thanos, right? They had the same father, he says here. He has a very interesting power set. Now, it's a little bit too nuanced for me. I never read Eros in the comics, but of course, you don't sign Harry Styles on for just a small role like that. They have every intention of bringing him back. Could it be for Eternals 2, which you hear is going to be in the works, but it's just not on the slate right now? You know that's going to happen. Probably part of Phase 6, right? Or towards the end of Phase 5 is when maybe Eternals 2 will come out. I don't know. But that one seems like a no-brainer, right? That will happen. And finally, for the MCU headlines, Batista's saddest MCU ending would fix Marvel's biggest Drax mistake. Now, there's a lot of these articles out today because movie news has been a little bit slow, but I pulled this one in particular because we know that this will be the last outing of this Guardians of the Galaxy team, according to James Gunn. And according to Dave Bautista himself, that this is the last time that he wants to get into the Drax makeup, because he wants to move on to more dramatic roles, which I got no problem for. But I wouldn't say that it's been a problem. Like this article writer here says it would fix Marvel's biggest Drax mistake. I don't know what that is. By what, making him too comical? I don't know. And what they go on to suggest here is that perhaps, well, even us fans have speculated that perhaps one of the main characters in Guardians of the Galaxy, if maybe two or more, will die in Guardians of the Galaxy 3. And if Drax goes out and dies heroically, that'll fix up for a little bit of his past goofiness that somewhat the character has become. I still like Drax as a character. Dave Bautista is one of my favorite actors coming up through the ranks right now. I'm always interested to see what kind of work he does. We had lots of fun with him in Glass Onion. So, yeah. James Cameron has a quote out, too, about Avatar. And talking about all these streaming services that had just come out. He was at the Golden Globes last night, too. And for some reason, this page is taking forever to load up. There we go. James Cameron praises Avatar 2, nearing $2 billion. Yes. Guys, it is going to make $2 billion. Where was it at? It was like 1.7 or something like that. It's going to make $2 billion in probably like in the next week. Probably by next Friday it will, because it's still opening up in markets internationally, right? Enough with streaming already, he says. I'm tired of sitting on my butt. Yeah, he was asked this question at the Golden Globes, and James Cameron is very much a champion of the theatrical experience. He thinks it's the superior way, the only way you should watch films. I'm not on that camp. I do enjoy a good theater experience. I just think that not all stories need to be seen on the big screen, right? But he's interested in making stories for the big screen, and the fact that now he's got three, if he makes Avatar 2 is going to make $2 billion, guys. And he'll have 3 movies that have made over $2 billion. James Cameron is going to go down in history as as one of the best directors of all time, right? But let's take a look at what his quote was. I watched the little clip there. It's only like a minute long, right? He says, we need this. We need to go to theaters. Enough with the streaming already. I'm tired of sitting on my butt. Well, his A. Well, hey, you know what? You sit on that in the theater too. So what are you talking about? He's talking about he's tired of sitting at home and watching movies, right? And James Cameron's not the kind of guy that would sit down and watch a movie on this. Although most people do it. I don't know how you do it. I wouldn't do it. I can't do it. I'm like him. I can't do it. I'll at least put it on my bigger screen here at home, on my bigger monitor. Yeah, that's what I would do. So it's, what was it, 43 inches? Yeah, 43-inch monitor. I need to get a 60-inch 4K screen is what I need to do. That's what I need to do. And Cameron, I agree with you. Enough with it. Well, streaming's not going anywhere. It's here to stay forever. I just hope that a lot of the streaming houses compile together a lot of their catalogs. That's what I feel. 1.7 billion currently. Yeah. So, yeah, if you want to go see that quote, it's up on Variety's Twitter. I watched it this morning. Cameron, very well spoken here. You know, he's got his good side and he's got his bad side. He was caught on the good side here today, right? James Cameron, there he is, right there. Shazam 2 trailer is hinted at by the director. We're switching gears here from the MCU to the DCU. Shazam, Fury of the Gods director David F. Sandberg reveals when the new trailer will be released, because this is coming out later this year, March 17th. And is this the last outing for Zachary Levi as Shazam? It kind of is, because we're all sitting on our hands here, James Gunn. We're January 11th, and we still haven't heard your roadmap, your plan, if Zachary Levi is going to be included in that. He's kind of alluded to the possibility that he may be included in that. I hope that he is. because I do enjoy him. But if you go and take a look at his social medias there, David F. Sandberg, the director of Shazam, Fury of the Gods, says end of this month, and you got motion picture rating there for, I guess, trailer. So they've cut a new trailer for that. So that'll put it out for around the Super Bowl time. Well, actually, Super Bowl is like the end of the first week of February, right? So end of this month. But yeah, everybody you need that because March 17th is not that far away. You got to start ramping up the marketing for this. This movie was supposed to come out at Christmas, guys. So it's just kind of like, probably it's going to be at the end of January because of what James Gunn's announcement is going to be. Hopefully, sometime soon, James. I want to know what I want to know what the roadmap is. We know that it's going to involve a new Superman at a younger age, but I hope we get an announcement as to who's going to be. I want to know who's exactly in and out. I want to know, is Zachary Levi still here? We know that The Rock is out, but what about, people say that Jason Momoa is out as Aquaman. I want to know if Aquaman's out. I want to know if Gal Gadot is out. I'm pretty sure Flash is going to be out, even though people are saying around the water cooler that they may try to keep him. I don't know about that. But new trailer for Shazam, Fury of the Gods, towards the end of the month, guys. We'll take a look at that. Joker 2 gives a production update. Joker 2, given by Oscar winner composer Hildur. Sorry, I'm not going to butcher that name. I'm not going to try to pronounce that. Yeah, it's a she, right? Yeah, that she is just beginning to work on the music for the upcoming musical sequel in her production update. So she's going to be working on music that will be used in the musical sequences in the movie. Now we know that Joaquin Phoenix is shooting this movie right now. He's there working on it, and Lady Gaga starts this month on Joker, Folie à Deux. And yeah, so I'll be looking forward to that. Just a quick little update, because Joker did make $1 billion. The Oscar winner said that she has just started work on the music set to be included in the musical sequel, though it was confirmed that Joker would be a musical. Yeah. She did not give away whether she is working on the incidental score or if she's involved in writing the film's musical numbers. Oh, I thought it said that she was in the musical numbers. Okay. Well, she's working on one of the aspects. The music, like the background score for Joker, was haunting, right? I hope they continue on with that. But if they add musical numbers, I'm sure that Lady Gaga will want to have a hand in on that. And why would you refuse that input? Because she's very, very talented. She's going to be playing our Harley Quinn. And Joker 2 has got to be one of the most anticipated movies. But it's not coming out until 2024, guys. 2024. If they're shooting it now, Joker Folie à Deux comes out November? No. April. Is that April? No. Yeah. No. November 4th. Wow. God, I hate it when you put that like that. November 4th. Yeah. Folie à Deux. 2024. So it's still way more than a year. Almost 2 years away from Joker. Okay. Joker 2. Okay. There you go. There's some DC headlines. We're going to blow through some of these too right now, guys. Kaleidoscope is up on Netflix, and I'm this close to greenlighting us doing full live reactions to this because of praise like this, because of Stephen King's praise. Netflix Kaleidoscope, and suggests a viewing order because it's a heist series with Moff Gideon here, where you can watch it in any order. You can watch the first episode, and then you can watch. It's not numbered. It's just ranked by color. That's why it's Kaleidoscope. You can watch it in any order. But Stephen King says that you can watch it in the order that Netflix suggests. He says, I suggest watching it chronologically, which is what most people are going to do because they don't know that you can watch it in any order because Netflix does not promote their films. renowned horror king, has shared on Twitter his praise for Kaleidoscope. So, guys, I'm thinking tomorrow afternoon we will watch the pilot episode of Kaleidoscope. And based on that, we'll steamroll it if we like it. On Friday, we'll do like episodes 2, 3, well, colors. We'll do colors. And maybe we'll do a poll. We'll say, what color do you want me to watch next? As long as we don't watch the finale, because he starts off with black and goes to white, right? So there you go. The absence of all colors to all colors, right? Yes. 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 All right. Kaleidoscope. Lots of buzz around that. We'll be taking a look at that for sure. Stephen King says they like it. I like the premise of it. A heist movie that you can watch, or heist series. Very interesting on Netflix. And we're looking for stuff. Maybe if we steamroll that, get through all of it before the end of the weekend, kind of binge it like that. That'll set us up nicely next week for The Last of Us. Yes. Yes, I like that. Maybe we'll do that. Which means I got to start getting some mock-ups for some thumbnails, I suppose. All right, let's do some hit or miss headlines here. We'll try to ramble through these rather quickly. I know I'm going through this part of the show quicker than I would normally, but that's because we spent half an hour on the Golden Globes. Hit or miss is when we like something, we'll talk about it. If it's a miss, we'll just move on. Wyatt Russell, Kerry Condon to star in Night Swim horror pick, while Kerry Condon was just in Banshees of Inisherin. And Wyatt Russell, I think, is the son of Kurt Russell and Goldie Hawn, right? So that's kind of cool. Kerry Condon is cool, too. Bryce McGuire is writing and directing the supernatural thriller produced by Atomic Monster and Blumhouse. Well, that's a powerhouse. They just did Megan. So Night Swim for Universal Pictures. Actually, he kind of sort of does look like a little bit. You can see if that's Kurt Russell. You see a little bit of him in there, right? I think that's who he is, right? Let's just take a look. Yeah, parents, Kurt Russell and Goldie Hawn. Yeah. Oh, well, this is a hit for me because it's a horror, and I'm a horror buff. I do enjoy my horror genre. And I do like that team of James Wan and Jason Blum. So do we got a synopsis here? Details are kept under wraps, but The Night Swim is described as a supernatural thriller built around the hidden source of terror found in an iconic backyard swimming pool. What? But Night Swim is described as a supernatural thriller built around the hidden source of terror found in an iconic backyard swimming pool. So is there like a monster in there? I don't know. Fascinating. Which is planned for January 19th, 2024 release, so a year away. Bit of a hit for me, because I do like horror. What's next? Workaholics movie canceled by Paramount Plus. It was going to be on Paramount Plus, guys. If you liked Workaholics, the TV show, they were going to make a movie, but it was canceled on Paramount Plus. I never watched the show, but it's a bummer news if you enjoyed the show Workaholics. Kind of a miss for me. Coyote Ugly 2 receives disappointing update from star Piper Perabo. And I do like Piper. She's awesome. She's right there, guys. She's the one on the left. She's on a TV show right now, though. She's very busy at work. I do like her work a lot. I liked her in that cave diving movie. What was that? Where they go under the ground in this cave and there's a monster underneath there. Was it called The Cave? It could have been just called The Cave, too. She was good in that, and she was good in Coyote Ugly. What does she say here? We hit a roadblock. I can't say what it is. Probably money. Just need money. But there's an alternate idea. I also can't say what it is. Maybe it's a rights issue I'm getting. Maybe it's a rights issue. But I like the alternate better. Than the original idea. I also have a lot of faith in Tyra Banks. I mean, if you don't trust Tyra to get something done, you're missing the boat. And I do love Tyra Banks. I absolutely love Tyra Banks. She was one of my favorite supermodels of all time. Still, probably. Yeah. I haven't seen Tyra Banks in a long while. She does have acting credits, guys. A stunning beauty. 49 years old. So she was in the first Coyote Ugly too. So that's kind of a hit for me. I'm guessing it's probably a rights issue that the original creators maybe don't want any part of it or something. I'm sure there's probably some speculation here in this article that we don't have time to cover because it's a hit or miss. But for me, that's a hit. A hit for bad news, bummer news, because I kind of enjoyed that. I would have loved to have seen an updated version of that, where now she's maybe the owner of the bar, right? Isn't that what happened at the end of the first one anyway? Yeah, our Glass Viking says, I'm up for Kaleidoscope. I've held off watching it so far. Watch along would be cool. I won't have to decide or order LOL. Well, you can participate in the order. We'll do that. Tomorrow that's official then. We are watching Kaleidoscope on the channel. Tomorrow we are going to be watching episode 1. It can only be episode 1 tomorrow because tomorrow afternoon I'm going out to see A Man Called Otto with Tom Hanks. And I'll be doing my report for that because we got 2 movies coming out this week. We've got A Man Called Otto and we got Plane with Gerard Butler. So I'll be seeing those 2 and trying to get my reviews and stuff up for that this weekend. But A Man Called Otto tomorrow afternoon. I'm seeing it at 3 p.m. Yesterday we did a story with Francis Ford Coppola talking about Megalopolis being in peril. But let me just pull that up. Movie Web had that. Francis Ford Coppola's Megalopolis production currently in shambles because they've been a few department heads that have been changed out, like the art director, right? But Francis Ford Coppola himself has come out to say that there's no truth to the apocalypse on the Megalopolis set. So that's good. Now, is he just doing damage control here? Probably. Because it is bad press. It is for something like that to come out, right? And it's his film. He's putting his own money into it. We said yesterday, but it's got a huge cast. It's got a great cast. He says, "I love my cast. I love what I'm getting each day. I'm on schedule and on budget." The reports yesterday were saying that he was not on budget. That it was going over budget, and creative teams were just kind of like starting to walk away from it. But it looks like he's doing what he's always done. He's the director. He's worked on troubled productions like ever since Apocalypse Now, right? This is his bread and butter. This is his wheelhouse. Maybe this little bit of interaction will help him craft the movie that, if this is going to be his last big show, I hope he makes it a good one, man. Because Megalopolis, what is it? A designer wants to redesign New York after a catastrophic event, right? It just sounds so awesome. And the cast. Let's take a look at the cast who's in this. You give me a cast list here, right? You give me a bit of a roll call. Adam Driver was in the cast. Megalopolis. I thought I had pulled that up. VFX, ballooning budget. Harvey Keitel, Martin Sheen. No. Wexler, Dexter. Okay, so I'm stalling out here. Yeah, here we go. Adam Driver. Yeah. Natalie Emmanuel, Forrest Whitaker, Lawrence Fishburne, John Voight, Talia Shire, Jason Schwartzman, Dustin Hoffman. Sounds like an absolutely amazing cast. And Adam Driver is the name that everybody's been talking about. And it's going to be talking about a lot. Not because of White Noise. That did get a little bit of buzz there at the Golden Globes. But he's also in talks for some other big projects. And he's going to be in 65, that kind of time travel dinosaur movie coming out this year. Looking forward to that. So just a couple of quick corrections there. All right. I missed that Woody Harrelson one in Hit or Miss. Okay, guys. We got through the show. We got 5 minutes to spare. Good. I'm sorry that I went through those headlines a little quick, but that's just the tail of the tape. I'm just going to refresh this page and see if I missed anything. I'm sure a lot of it's just going to be recaps for what won and what got snubbed at the Oscars, at the Globes. And people are going to be running with the headline that maybe Yeah, Brendan Fraser got snubbed. I don't think he did. Okay. And Hong Chow. But no, they didn't. So what's this? The SAG Awards. As I said, out. Now that the award season is off to the races, we got all these other awards that are going to be coming along, which just is just going to tire everybody out by the time we get to the Oscars, right? This is cannibalism in the entertainment industry in its truest form. It's kind of like you open up a McDonald's on the corner, and it's like, no, but I want to open up a McDonald's too, and I'm going to open it up just one block away. You don't do that because you will just take business away from each other, and nobody will thrive. That's what I mean by these award shows cannibalizing each other. Every week, it's like Janitor's Awards for Best Actor. It's like, come on, guys. It steals the limelight from the big shows, right? The big show, which should be the Oscars. That's where I feel. I'll watch it. I'll keep my eye on it, but we won't do extensive coverage like we did today for the Globes. Because for me, it's the Globes and it's the Oscars. So the SAG Award nominations are out. And people like to use it as a measuring stick to see what is and what isn't going to be for the Oscars, right? Cast of Babylon. Yeah, it is a little bit humorous that I rag on Babylon, right? Oh, well. Oh, yeah, Woman King was absent from everything from Golden Globes, wasn't it? Anna de Armas. She got a little bit of love. Somebody threw out some love to her. Who was it? Was it Angela Bassett? Did she? I forgot. Okay, Zendaya, Jenna Ortega. So this is just all SAG nominations. What's this? Bill Skarsgård and Jessica Roth in Boy Kills World. Boy Kills World. Bill Skarsgård? Okay. Kiwi Kwan. Yeah. Great acceptance speech. What's this? Aubrey Plaza photographed. Oh, yeah, we're going to be watching Aubrey Plaza in just over an hour, guys, in Emily the Criminal on Netflix. Watching Aubrey Plaza. She's getting some notoriety too, right? She's going to be in Agatha House of Harkness. Or, sorry, not House of Harkness anymore. What's it called? Coven of Chaos, right? Stephanie Shu. House of Dragon. Yeah. Okay, guys, I think that's pretty much it. Oh, yeah, these two were sitting together last night. They were both at the Golden Globes. He was in Wednesday. He was one of the love interests, right? Oh, cool. I like that photo. That's a cool photo. Colin Farrell and Kei-Hwa Kwan. That one's cool. Colin Farrell, nice act. Oh, and everybody will like this one. Him with Steven Spielberg. That's cool. And John Williams there in the background. Cool. Wow. No, that's a good photo. Those are good photos. Cool. Yeah, I dig that. There's the cast of Everything Everywhere All at Once. Austin Butler wins. Letitia Wright in Austin Butler. Huh. No, I never had coverage for the red carpet there. Andrew Garfield and Michelle Yeoh. Cool. Andrew Garfield was there too last night. I like that. What is it? An off shade of orange? Get out of the way, woman. I want to see what he's wearing. There, thank you. Yeah, there we go. I like that. With the black. I dig that pairing. Fablemans. Yeah. Yeah, I need to wins Best Picture. We'll talk about that. Yeah, I'm going to put that. I'm going to keep that for our little video that we'll post up later today. But I'm going to have to produce that after we watch the show, because I'm going to have to make my breakfast now. And get ready to watch Emily the Criminal. Kevin Costner, 1. Aubrey Plaza, White Lotus. There we go. She was in White Lotus, right? I do like Aubrey Plaza. Evan Peters wins. Yeah. Okay, so it's just recaps. We didn't miss much. We didn't miss much here on the show, and that brings us up to an hour. I was going to refresh my YouTube page to see if any trailers have dropped. I don't feel like it has. But if it does, if a big trailer drops, I'll do a trailer reactions. That nobody watches anyway, but I'll do it anyway. Because I like movies. Shotgun Wedding 2 has a trailer out. That's on Amazon Prime, right? With J-Lo. Great photo of Kei Kwan and Steven Spielberg. Yeah, that was cool. That would be cool if they worked together again, too. It would. Did I gloss over the fact that he was going to be in he's going to be in the MCU? Yeah, he is. He's going to be in Loki season 2, which means I guess I really need to finish watching Loki season 1. Okay, I'll force myself to watch. All right, guys, that's the show for today. It's a 24-hour news cycle. If I miss something, don't worry. We'll be back up tomorrow, 11 a.m. Eastern, Monday to Friday. Hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe to the channel, guys. There's lots of fun things. So I'll see you in an hour if you haven't seen Emily the Criminal yet with Aubrey Plaza. Aubrey Plaza. See you guys there, and see you next time on Mirror Domains.